Okay, welcome, guys. This is another episode of Motivate OTs. As some of you might know, we are running a series of talks with different occupational therapists who are experts in different settings. So today I'm very much privileged to be joined by Tatenda John Mapusa. He is a very experienced occupational therapist. He graduated from the University of Zimbabwe, and currently he's working as a principal rehab consultant. That's a mouthful. Principal rehab consultant in Australia. So today we're going to be talking about occupational rehab. Yes, Tatenda, thank you so much for giving us this time. I know you are a very, very busy man, but thank you so much for agreeing to come and give us the talk to share with us on the area of occupational rehab. So I'll ask you to introduce yourself. You took us through occupational rehab. What is it? What do we mean by this? Maybe somebody has never heard about this kind of setting.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Chichai, for this opportunity, and thank you so much to the viewers as well for taking your time to listen. My name is Tatenda John Maposa. I am an occupational therapist, graduated from the University of Zimbabwe, and I migrated to Australia in 2018. And I've been working within the occupational rehab space, where I rose from being a rehab consultant, senior consultant. Now I'm a principal consultant, pretty much just a different way of just saying team leader.
Wow. You are rising. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So occupational rehabilitation is something that we do study it at the University of Zimbabwe, but it's something that we don't really get much experience with it once we start working in Zimbabwe. I know NASA does occupational rehab, but I know that it's only a few OTs who get the opportunity to work for NASA. So it's not many of us who get into that area of OT. Generally, occupational rehab, as we are saying, it's mainly focused on work. So it's basically occupational therapists trying to help people who are injured at work. So any injury, we do psychological or physical injuries. So anything that has happened within the workplace, we are there to help those people to gradually get back to work. So they say here, like it's a big area of occupational therapy where we pretty much also invest all our clinical knowledge, but we are not really practicing clinically. So we are pretty much just using our clinical knowledge to guide a return to work process. So what happens with occupational rehabilitation is somebody gets injured at work. Let's say, let's take, for example, the physical injury. Somebody has got a rotator cuff injury in their right shoulder. This person has been a carpenter for the whole of his life, and now they have a rotator cuff injury. We get a referral usually from insurance companies. So how the structure works is every company should have insurance for workers' compensation. So each and every company here, whether small to large businesses, they have to be insured for these incidents because people get injured. We are functional beings, and being functional beings, we get injured because some of the jobs we are not designed to be doing them, or some of them we do them, but not in the functional way that our bodies can actually adapt to and adjust to. So there will be a lot of physical injuries. There will be also a lot of psychological injuries because some of these jobs are very stressful, and some of these jobs also we interact with different people, and we sometimes don't interact on the same level. So we end up getting some psychological claims as well. So like going back to the example that I had given of that right shoulder, somebody gets injured at work, we get the referral from the insurance, we liaise with the insurance, and we liaise with the workplace, the employer. We talk to them, set up a meeting. We call the injured person. We call them and we say we have scheduled a meeting on this day at the workplace. If they're comfortable, then they will come. But sometimes they will be injured at work and they're not actually at work, so they will still be at home. So we have to ask them to come into the workplace for us to conduct that worksite assessment. So we get into the workplace. We discuss firstly confirming the pre-injury duties, the duties that they did before the injury.
Yeah.
So we want to confirm the person's title first at the job. Do they work full-time? Are they casual? Are they part-time? Do they have another job as well? And things like that. And then we confirm the functional duties that are involved there. Like within, they say they're a carpenter. What does a carpenter do? So we have a whole list of things. We have some companies just give us a job description because it's not exhaustive. But then also on that job description, there are other things that these people are doing that are not actually written down. So we have to confirm as well that these things are. I also do A, B, C, and D. And then we then, using our clinical knowledge now, have to compare those duties with what we know the functional demands of the job or of that job as well. And we also discuss things like lifting. How much on average do they lift per day? Like carpenters who say I have to lift independently 25 kgs, but with the help of somebody else, we lift up to like 70 kgs. We push and pull wheelbarrows. We like that weigh about 50 kgs and stuff like that. We carry bags of cement or whatever, or of wood. We carry 50 kgs on my shoulder and things like that. So we put all those things down. We're not at the point of giving the education. We're not at judging per se. We're just getting all the information that they do. But already you have a picture in your mind that, so probably that's why they got injured, because they do this and things like that. And then we ask them as well to demonstrate. So we actually go into the work site. Let's have a little demonstration of some of the things that they do. And they might not demonstrate everything, but you also have, like, from the list that you've had, you've noted some things that you are concerned about, and you are really relating it to the injury as well. So if it's things that involve like a lot of squatting and standing, you don't really concentrate on that because we are dealing with a shoulder injury. But if you want like a hip injury or a lower back injury or a knee injury, we might have to focus on those things. So we're just focusing on things that involve the shoulder injury and the movements that are involved. So we are looking at anything that involves flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, internal and external rotation, anything that involves overhead reaching, anything that involves lifting, pushing and pulling, things like that. Those are the duties that we'll be pretty much focusing on and asking them, can you demonstrate these things? And then now we also want to confirm then, how did they got injured at work? What happened? What was the incident? What happened from that minute before the incident? What happened leading to the incident? And during the incident, what were they doing? They'll say, well, I was trying to lift that bag of cement. And then you just simulate it. So how did you lift it? And they'll show you, and you already know that, okay, in terms of manual handling, you should have been doing that. Thing.
So for this setting, it shows. Thanks very much for those insights. So it actually shows that for an OT to be able to work in this setting, they need to have a good grasp of the performance components. Okay, the anatomy that will lead, the physiology, the kinesiology, from what you're saying, as well as the cognitive part as well. So I mean, it's quite interesting.